Hey y'all, what it is, bitch? Okay, I know it's an important day for America. Okay, we all know what's going on. But it's also a very important day for me, bitch. January 20th is my sobriety birthday, and today is January 20th, and I am 3 years sober, okay? Like, I have not had a drop of alcohol in over 3 years at this point now. And I just cannot fucking believe it, okay? And for people who are new to my channel, who probably don't know my story, I'm going to put a clip of me explaining how sick I got at the end. A clip of me explaining it after, when I got out of the hospital and all that shit. But yeah, basically, 3 years ago, I had severe pancreatitis, alcohol-induced pancreatitis. Like, I drank so much to where my pancreas basically almost shut down on me, bitch. I was in ICU. I was sick as fuck, projectile vomiting. My stomach looked like I was pregnant. My stomach was out to here, bitch. I went to the damn hospital. They thought I was pregnant, but no, bitch. I was just, basically, the alcohol had poisoned my pancreas. And even to this day, I still have diabetes because of it. I still have, pancreas issues. I still have pain in my upper stomach where my, your pancreas is at times. And I haven't had a drop of alcohol in 3 years. And I still deal with this shit. Because I say, from like the age of 20 to 27, I drank so heavily, y'all. Like, I used to drink 2 bottles of wine a day. And sometimes if I would get bored of wine, I would just drink a whole bottle of vodka. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen my, picture on my channel of me kissing a bottle of vodka. That's how I used to be. And the reason why I haven't changed that is because, bitch, it's always a reminder that, you're an alcoholic, Olivia. I mean, yeah, you may have recovered, you may have stopped, but you are still a drunk bitch at heart, okay? And you cannot slip back into that. It's kind of like an embarrassing reminder that I cannot slip back into that, because I've been warned that if I were to relapse, that I would basically, my pancreas would eat itself and I might just die this time, because I was very close to death when I had my pancreatitis attack 3 years ago. And thinking about it makes me really sad. I don't want to make this a sappy ass video, but 2024 was a hard year for me, and that's why I made so many sporadic breaks and making videos, because sometimes if I make a video, if I didn't get enough views, it made me want to drink. If I got certain comments, it made me want to drink. Like, I have a lot of triggers, and of course I'm getting help for it, but that's why I've been sporadic my videos, because a lot of these things makes me want to drink or try some other substance. Okay, bitch, I'm an addict at heart. Like, whenever something upsets me, I want to escape mentally, okay? And that's why I was drinking. I deal with mental health issues, bipolar trauma, all that shit. And, it would just, alcohol to me was a way for me to escape and then cope. So it's amazing to me that I have not picked up a drink in over 3 years, because, bitch, there's been so many instances where I wanted to. And I was like, look, Olivia, is it worth you going to the hospital, bent over, puking everywhere, looking pregnant? No, it's not worth it, okay? You've lost so much weight. You look so much better now. It's not worth it. But I'm 3 years sober. I may not be where I really want to be in life, but at least I'm doing this right. This is alcohol was my best friend for the longest. Alcohol was my favorite person, even though it's not a person. But it made me a different person, and I liked it. But now I've had to get used to me now for 3 years as Olivia. And it's been hard. But I'm still here, struggling, but I've not picked up a drink. And I'm proud as fuck of myself. And I will post the video right in a few minutes, in a few seconds, so y'all can see. Anybody who doesn't know my whole story, so if you guys care. But I'm so fucking proud of myself. I look so fucking good. Sobriety looks good on me, bitch. Yes, okay, I barely had a waist. I looked pregnant as fuck when I was drinking, okay? Anyway, y'all, I'm proud as fuck. I'm happy as fuck. Happy 3 years to me. Okay.
Hey, y'all, what it is, bitch? Okay, so, you guys, I'm finally back, and I didn't intend to not make videos for this fucking long, but girl, this has been the hardest few months of a year I've ever experienced, you guys. I was deathly sick, and it's because of my addiction. Anybody who's watched me for the past few years knows that I, was on and off as far as my alcoholism. I went to a rehab center back in 2019, and I was sober for a few months, then I relapsed. And then this last summer, I went to a psych ward, and, I got sober for a few weeks, and I relapsed again. And me being the person I am, After I relapsed this past summer, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep drinking. What's the point of relapsing all the time and trying to get sober if I keep falling off the wagon? If I keep getting triggered and I keep having to drink? What is the point of even trying to keep going to AA? What's the point of even trying to be sober? So from like, I'd say July of 2021 until January, bitch, I was drinking, and I was slowly killing myself and not even realizing it. I did not realize how much damage I caused my fucking body until January 20th, 2022, when I got extremely fucking ill and I damn near died. So, just for a little backstory, throughout the months of July 2021 till January 20th, I was having random shooting pain in my upper gut, like up my upper stomach, like right below my boobs, like right around here where your pancreas is, right? But at the time when I was actively drinking, I didn't realize that was my pancreas acting up. I literally just thought it was gas pains. So all I would do is literally take Gas X and still keep drinking. So for months, you guys, I had this really sharp, dull pain that would just shoot across my stomach, and it would go away. I mean, it would stay there and I would bloat up for like, I'd say a day or two, then it would go away. And then I was like, okay, maybe that's just gas pain. I think I even called my primary care doctor and I was like, hey, I'm having this random gas pain in my upper stomach. Should I go to the hospital? And my doctor told me it was just IBS. So I believe my doctor that it was just IBS, and I kept on drinking. And I think she even gave me IBS medicine this past summer, and I started taking that, and it helped a little bit, and I kept on drinking. But bitch, I didn't realize it was not IBS. It was something way more serious. So the day of January 20th, I wake up and I'm extremely nauseous. And the pain that I have is like excruciating. The pain is more than just my upper stomach. It's like in my whole stomach. My belly swelled up so much, you guys. I looked like I was 3 months pregnant. I woke up with this huge fucking belly bump. I had stabbing pains, almost like somebody had a hot ass knife and they were just going to town in my fucking stomach. Like, it just felt like someone was just like stabbing all different parts of my fucking belly. And I was like, I was in excruciating fucking pain. And me being the alcoholic bitch that I was, me being the stupid alcoholic, wet brain bitch that I was, I thought that the reason why I was hurting so bad was because I was going through alcohol withdrawal. Because, not only was I hurting really bad, I was nauseous as fuck. And I woke up and I threw up like 2 times right when I woke up. And me being stupid, I drank like a glass of wine, thinking that this was alcohol withdrawal, thinking that my body was, just like going through withdrawals and I needed alcohol. So I drank a glass of wine that morning. Bitch, that was the worst thing I ever did. I started projectile vomiting everything up. Everything I ate the day before, everything I ate the week before, whatever. I vomited like, I'd say 10 times before I went to the hospital. It was so bad that I was like sweating profusely. And also I was like, when I was vomiting so hard that I was seeing like dots in my eyes. I was vomiting so hard that I damn near passed out. Not only did I almost pass out, I couldn't walk. It scared my parents half to death. My mom almost called 911 on me, and I said, no, please, you just drive me. You have to, just please drive me there. I don't want to be picked up in an ambulance. It's going to freak me out more. So, y'all, I couldn't even walk. My mom literally had to get a wheelchair that my dad used to use when he first had a stroke to wheel me out to her van, literally pick me up from the wheelchair because I couldn't even freaking walk. The pain was so excruciating that I couldn't even hold up my own body weight. Like, my stomach was way out to here, and I was just like bent over in pain, excruciating pain. Like I said, it felt like 100 knives were all stabbing me at one time, burning knives. Like, it hurt like hell. I'm like, either something exploded in there or I'm rotting inside. And I was kind of right. I was basically rotting inside. And let me explain it. So, after vomiting all over the ER floor and waiting a whole hour and a half to finally get seen, after they do all the CT scans and the blood work and the freaking, what do they do? They also did something else. They did blood work, CT scan, and I think an ultrasound. They say, half your pancreas is dying. I'm like, what? They're like, you have pancreatitis and it's very severe and you're having necrosing cells. I'm like, what is necrosing? They said that means dying cells. Are you an alcoholic? And I'm like, yeah, I I drink every day, and they asked me how much do I drink every day. And at this time, you guys, I was drinking about 2 bottles of wine a day. And I had to be honest, like, I was at the hospital, fuck it. Like, there's no sense of hiding now. And, my mom wasn't in the room. They weren't even allowing, visitors because COVID cases were still very high here in Georgia. This was like I said, this was back in January. So the COVID cases were still hella high. So I was just basically sitting in the room by myself in excruciating pain, and just basically fucking dying from the inside. So anyway, they're like, yeah, you're having necrosing cells. You must drink a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I drink 2 bottles of wine a day. They looked shocked. They looked like they fucking saw a Bigfoot. They were like, what? That much? That's way too much for you. No wonder your cells are dying. No wonder you have pancreatitis. I'm like, what is pancreatitis, y'all? I had never heard of pancreatitis. I felt so damn dumb. I'm like, what is pancreatitis? So basically they explained it to me that my pancreas was really swollen, and it's because, alcohol, and if I don't drink, that it will go down. So me being, me hating the hospital, being uncomfortable, feeling like shit, I just wanted to get out of the hospital. Even though they told me, I think you need to stay here for a few days. I'm like, why? Is it infected? They're like, no, not yet, but it might get infected. Me being the scaredy cat I was, and me not liking that hospital because they made me wait for 2 hours in the waiting room, vomiting everywhere, I still said, hey, I don't want to stay here. I'm going to see if I can handle this at home. And the crazy thing about it was I had a GI appointment, a gastroenterologist appointment the next morning, and I didn't even get to make it to that appointment because you know what? After I signed myself out, it got worse. When I went home, when I convinced my mom to pick me up from the hospital and she brought me home, bitch, it got worse. I had to go right back to the hospital in the middle of the night. Literally, you guys, when I got home and I tried to go to sleep at home, I got extremely fucking ill. I was attempting to sleep in my bed, and literally I vomited so much that I fell out of my bed. My mom came rushing to my room. I basically collapsed out of my bed from vomiting so much. And she's like, nope, you're going right back to the hospital, Olivia. You're not going to tell them that you're leaving. You better freaking stay this time. So, y'all, my mom rushed me back to the hospital in the middle of the night after I, basically signed myself out against doctor's orders, which was stupid of me. But you guys, I was scared. I was scared to stay in the hospital. I was scared of, despite me being so fucking ill, my addict mind, I still had the addict mind because, you guys, I was basically still wet brain at the time. My brain was still kind of, I guess, in like a alcoholic fog, that I didn't think, hey bitch, maybe you should listen to this doctor and actually stay. You have pancreatitis. I didn't even think it was that serious until I came back into the hospital in the middle of the night and they told me that I had sepsis and my fucking pancreas growing, which is, we all, anybody who doesn't know, sepsis is a deadly bacteria that if it gets in your bloodstream enough can fucking kill you. So I'm rushed into an actual bed, the ICU unit. I was rushed basically to the ICU because it was that bad. I was injected with a whole bunch of antibiotics. I was on 2 different types of antibiotics. They just kept, I still have the scars. Y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can really see this. Kind of sunny out, but I still have hella scars from them basically putting a whole bunch of IVs in me, trying to get rid of that infection. And y'all, I was going in and out of consciousness. I was confused as fuck. They had to ask me what the president was. I told them it was still Trump, and they laughed at me. They asked me what year it was. I said it was 2002 instead of 2022. Bitch, I was delirious. Okay, it was that bad. I was not only going through pancreatitis, but I had an infection of sepsis, and sometimes it makes you confused. So I was fucking confused. They gave me a bunch of pain medicine, which made it worse. And I was in the ICU for 3 days. I didn't eat, you guys, for 3 days. 3 or 4 days. I was vomiting everything, even the water. So I didn't even get to eat actual ice chips until the 3rd day, I believe. And everything was everything was just basically shot up in me. All of my medicine, all of my water, everything that I needed, all the nutrients was all just in my veins. And I was just kind of in a fog for about 3 or 4 days. I think on the 4th day, I finally asked them, hey, doctor, can I ever drink again? The doctor looked at me and was like, are you serious? You almost died. You were this close to death. That's what the doctor literally did. The doctor did this and said I was this close to death because I waited so long to basically get real treatment. He said, if you would have waited a few more hours or another day, you probably would have died of dehydration and sepsis. The sepsis would have gotten to your bloodstream and killed you, or you would have died from dehydration. and you're asking me about alcohol. He said, all of this is because of your alcoholism. You have half damaged, you have a half damaged pancreas. Half of your cells are dead. You have a lot of fluid around your pancreas that's just floating. You're just floating. Your pancreas is floating in toxins. You cannot drink ever again. You've maxed out your drinking. You've just maxed it out, Olivia. You're gonna have to be sober, and if you drink ever again, you'll probably die very soon. Your pancreas cannot take it. Your pancreas cannot take alcohol anymore. You guys, I had never been so sad in my life. It almost felt like part of me died. Like, he said that half my pancreas was basically dead and it cannot take alcohol. Bitch, I cried. I remember calling my mom. This is when I was finally in like a normal hospital room. I was calling my mom. I was like, Mom, please call that doctor. Ask him again. Can I ever drink again? He told me I can never drink again. And I don't know if I heard him right. I'm still on all this pain medicine. Maybe it was a dream. Please just ask him. Y'all, I didn't even believe it. That's how in denial I was of how bad my addiction was that I didn't even believe the doctor when he told me all that at first. And my mom called the doctor and she's like, yeah, he was telling you the truth. This wasn't a dream. You really messed up your pancreas. Like, your pancreas is halfway dead. Y'all, I was devastated. And I still felt like shit. And I was more sad that I couldn't drink ever again, more than the fact that half my pancreas was basically dead. So I spent about 2 weeks in the hospital. I finally got out, I think on January 30th or January 31st, I believe. I finally got out. And, I still was hurting. So I was still hurting, even though they told me, it'll heal. Your pancreas might heal in a few weeks. Just give it time. Just rest. Don't drink alcohol. Don't eat fried foods. Eat soft foods. Eat Jell-O. Eat pudding. Don't eat nothing crazy. You'll heal. No, I started having shooting pains again, you guys. A week later, I was right back in the hospital. So I think like the second week of February, I was like right back in the hospital, feeling bad as fuck. And they did another CT scan. They're like, yeah, the pancreatitis is still there. Your infection is gone. The sepsis is gone, but you still have pancreatitis. Have you been drinking? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, well, it's still swollen. You still have a lot of fluid. Do you want to get it drained? Do you want surgery? Because the fluid should have already went down by now. I'm like, no. Is there any way you guys can just keep me for a few nights and see if it goes down? And they did. I was there for, I think, like a weekend. This was like the second week of February. I don't know. It was like right before Valentine's Day. So I was in the hospital again with the same shit. And and they let me go, and I still felt like shit. So fast forward to now, I saw my GI doctor last week because I did an MRI about 2 weeks ago because she still wanted to monitor my symptoms because, like I said, I severely damaged my pancreas. Half of it was dead. And she did the MRI, and she told me that basically my pancreas is still swollen. And I now not only is it still swollen, I have a lot of fluid around it. And I have a blockage in my pancreas, like a little blood clot in it. And now, you guys, I'm facing having to get surgery. I see a surgeon next week and to talk about draining my fluids because my GI doctor said it's been almost 2 months since your first initial pancreas attack. Your pancreas should have went down. You shouldn't have all this fluid, and you damn sure shouldn't have a blockage. So basically, you guys, now I have to worry about actually getting surgery. I'm getting a consultation next week with a surgeon about getting the blockage out because it's basically like a blood clot, and getting the fluid just drained out of me. And I don't know how consistent I'm going to be with my videos, but I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me because, I needed to talk about this. This shit is bothering me. I can't drink anymore because I fucked up my pancreas this bad. Now I have to have surgery. My pancreas is still swollen. I'm still having a lot of pain. I'm still taking pain pills. Been exhausted. I haven't been able to, and now I have diabetes as well. It's so bad that my pancreas hadn't healed. And it can't make insulin. So now I have to take insulin. I'm diabetic because of it. And now I have to get it drained because it never healed. And I'm just kind of mad that they didn't keep me longer or made me get surgery when I was in the hospital. Now I have to do this shit all over again. So I don't know how consistent I'm going to be, but I had to talk about this, y'all. I've been gone way too fucking long. And I know you guys probably miss my ass. Okay? And just pray for me, you guys. Like, I don't know what, I mean, I haven't been drinking. I've been sober for about, I guess, 42 days now. I mean, what else do you want from me, pancreas? Like, I don't know what else my pancreas wants from me, bitch. Okay? So anyway, I'm just exhausted. I'm mentally, emotionally exhausted, and I am not looking forward to getting surgery. All right, bye. This is proof for the bitches who may say I'm lying or exaggerating. No, bitch, this is how I looked back in January. I was sick as hell on oxygen, and I looked like I was 12 months pregnant, bitch. It was so embarrassing. Say no to drinking.